say, chicks, let's chat. So today, I don't know, I'm in like a happy, loving, like, I don't know, some kind of mood. So let's talk about the things that we do, and the things that we can do, and the things that we should do, for our significant others. And I'll preface that by saying I came across a card. Was it a card, or it was something that I read? It wasn't a text. It was something that I read. I can't even think about what it was, but it was from my mom, right? And those of you who don't know, my mom is deceased. And it said that I'm going to know what it was. It was an old face. You know how Facebook send you those like old messages or whatever, and like old things that you post, reminders. That's what it was. And I had posted what my mom had said, and basically, I had told her, I just had a conversation with her about, things she was doing or saying, or how she was acting with her husband or whatever. And she had came, of course, at the time she didn't, receive it, but then she came back shortly after, and she said, I'm gonna take your advice. I'm gonna start treating them better. And so Facebook had reminded me that I had, posted that she had said that. And in that moment, I was really like, wow, like I was happy that she came back and said it, because number one, see, that's a big thing for my mom, and maybe women in her generation, that was a big thing. That should seem like it's something so simple, but no, that was a big thing for her to just not be able to acknowledge that there was definitely room for improvement, right? And that, she could do better. And in fact, sometimes with us, we know there's room for improvement. We know we could do better, but actually wanting to do better and actually saying that we are going to do better, putting something in motion, that takes a lot from us sometimes, because we, I think a lot of times we have been programmed to be so, forward tough, and we built a certain way. So it does take some humbling from us a lot of times to actually say, you know what, I'm not doing that right when it comes to him. When it comes to my partner, I'm not showing up in the best way that I could for him, And I think in my comments yesterday, was a guy, shout out to him, he was just saying that, his experiences with women of other nationalities has been different and has been better, if you will. He has a young lady now that's of a different nationality, and they have a great relationship, And I think a lot of times we tend to, where historically there have been times when women have gotten offended when men say certain things like that, because we tend to hear it as if that man is saying that these women of this nationality is better than us. That's what we hear. That may not be what they're saying, but what it translates to is that they're saying this woman is better than that woman. And a lot of times, I guess, that's not what they're saying, right? That's just what we hear. What they're saying is that their experience with that woman has been better than their experience has been with black women, with us. And for me, I just respect it, right? Because, the question that I asked the young man was, is it possible that maybe you treat her better? So maybe that's why your experience was better. Like they say, the grass is greener where you water it, right? And that is true. But it's also true that sometimes you could have just got a bad palate the whole pallet could have just been dead out the gate. So you could water it as much as you want to. It's never going to be green in the way that a fresh pallet of living grass or whatever is going to be. It's just not going to be that way, you know. So it's a lot of factors that can come into play, you know. And with us, like I said, a lot of times we just were not groomed or were not brought up in a way that we, you know, are able to be soft and are able to be loving and caring, this, that, and the third. And a lot of times, once we start doing it, guess what? Sometimes we overdo it and we get used. We do it for the wrong people, or we do it for the wrong reasons. And then you get used and dragged because you did not have the right, you started doing those things under the wrong guise and for the wrong guys. Understand me? So it's like you have to just not walk a thin line, but you just have to tread lightly. And I think a lot of times that's what men don't understand, that, you know, we do have to tread lightly, but, you know, with how we deal and how we come across, you know, we can't always just be overly feminine and just, you know, be how we may want to be sometimes, because we always have to be on the lookout for the user, for the abuser, for the one who gonna take all our goodness and all our kindness and still don't give us our respect, still don't give us our just due, still don't give us, you know, what it is that we're wanting and needing from them. So common sense just tells us that no, you can't show up in this way for everybody. And there are guys that, yes, I think all of us have those guys that we should have done better by them because they deserve that from us. But for whatever reason, we could not show up in that way at that time for them, or we were just not willing to show up. You know, sometimes we like, yeah, he good, you know, yeah, he is good, he a good man, yeah, I got a good man, you know, and that's that. Like, okay, you a good man, you know, I'm all right to you. I probably could be better, but I'm just where I am right now. It's all right, you know. Sometimes that's the attitude that we take, you know, and I believe that in that moment, to circle back to my mom, in that moment, I believe that's how she was feeling. But as her daughter, I'm sitting back watching this man, and I'm saying, you know what? That man love her. He's not a perfect man by any means, but he's not disrespecting her. He's catering to her. He's showing up in the best way that he can possibly show up for her. And what I'm seeing on this end is this tough woman who, you love this man, but you don't have the capacity to soften up. You don't know when you need to soften up. You don't know, you know what I'm saying? And then almost sometimes when you're around people, you feel more of a need to be harder. But I'm like, ain't no way you this hard around us and when he's, and when, you know, other people not around. Because then why would he want you? You showing, you being hard for us, but then when you with this man that we ain't around, you probably be soft and loving, you know? Because other than that, it would just be a turnoff for any man if you showing up like this, even when people are not around, you know. And sometimes women do that. We'll show up and be a little rough and you know, because we don't want our family members, our friends to think that we soft and to think that, oh, he gonna run over us, and we be caring too much about that foolishness, because then you're gonna end up single and lonely and by yourself, just like them women that you trying to be tough for. You don't have to do that. So that's why I made sure to let her know, no. You need to be better to him. You know what I'm saying? Because don't think you got to show up like that for me. Because I know I'm trying to be soft and loving for mine. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what she, her, them, they, him, whoever think about how I show up for mine. Because, yeah, I'm trying to do the opposite of what I done seen and been taught. I ain't lying. But I'm also trying to do it for the right person. See, that's the catch. Being able to have the good, solid wisdom and mind to know the person that deserves you. That's everything. When you really know how you show up for a person, or how you want to show up for this particular man in your life or whatever, knowing which one, he the one. He the one that's supposed to get this goodness. He the one that's supposed to get all this goodness. You know, that's the kicker. That's the key. Finding the one that really deserves you. Right? Yeah, that's it right there. So, like I said, when I came across that, you know, and just having her say, you know what, I am gonna be better to him. Like, I thought that was a big moment, because a lot of times, like I say, we don't know how to be good to him, and then when we do be good to some, they take advantage of it. So much for that. The next one, he ain't gonna get it as good as this one had it. But ladies, let me just encourage y'all to, you know, be good to the ones that, when we know in our heart that we have one, that he really deserves that, be good to him. Be real good to him. Go out your way, get creative. Be real good to him. Have a nice day.